Good morning once again from the Avernus Biker Lifestyle channel. I'm Dave Keith. It's 5:30. It's still pitch black out and it's a little bit on the chilly side. But the reason we're here is to find some deals at the car boot sale. So let's get in there and see what we can find.
No, it won't be from that area, will it?
I gotta go there to go.
Coming up. Yeah.
How much is your Meccano?
£2.
Yeah, I think it's £2. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Cheers, pal.
How much are your docks?
7.
You're 5?
No, too early yet.
Yeah, no worries. I'll do 7.
We got there.
10 there. So,
Cheers, mate.
buddy.
Cheers, pal. Thank you.
Aren't you having a Biker Lifestyle?
Yes, mate.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos all
Oh,
day.
nice one. What's your name?
Yeah, Tom.
Tom. Nice to meet you, Tom.
How's it been so far?
Yeah, spot on, mate. Yeah. Standard. Found a standard pair of docks.
Down there in the corner was a Sega Mega Drive at £10.
Yeah.
And I picked up PlayStation 1 no controller. It was all brand new,
Yeah.
£6.90.
No, fair play to you. Seems to have the passion, lad.
No, because most kids don't do these days. But
No, absolutely. Most kids can't get out of bloody bed.
you pick any good stuff up lately?
Well, today well, I've not been here so long, so
Because there are a lot of dealers on here.
absolutely, yeah. I'll give you a shout out in the next video anyway,
Yeah,
Tom.
man.
All the best to you, brother.
You
All the
do
best,
it.
man. Definitely the most unusual pickup from a car boot ever. It looks proper dodgy.
Is the base in there?
It is, yeah, it's just a one though. How much you after for this?
£2.
Yeah, got to do £2. What is a sleeping bag, lad? See you again? £3. Nice. Yeah, lad.
Sorry,
Hey,
love.
love, how much are your games?
The new ones are a £5 and these are a £4,
Yeah.
the new ones, and that's a £5 because that was the used ones.
Yeah.
But they're only for £3 or £4, these ones. Oh.
How much are your dice now?
30.
30. Yeah. They're not cheap, are they? Did you do 20?
What?
Did you do 20?
25.
Is it the V6? Yeah, go on, I'll do 25 off. Thank you very much, cheers off.
Can go for. This is my personal. I'll put them on that. Okay.
Have you the fixing kits for them?
Pardon?
Have you the fixing kits for them? Just
No,
as
you
they
have
are?
to just make your own.
Yeah, no worries.
Would 25 quid for the per.
Yeah.
Stop.
Would you do 3 on your Uno?
Shall we?
Sorry, Dave. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Don't do that.
Smashing, thank you.
Okay.
How much are your football boots?
Fiver.
So that was a couple of trips around the field and a couple of trips back to the car with full trolley loads. So a good result today. Some very healthy pickups in that as well. I've got to do a very special shout out this week to Tom, young lad that called me, 13-year-old lad that is hustling, getting his backside out of bed and getting to it at the car boot. So fair play to you, Tom. It's refreshing to see a teenager with fire in his belly. Good on you, lad. And obviously a shout out to your dad, Keith, as well. So you guys know the SP. Let's get all this stuff home, go through what I picked up, how much I paid for it, and what it's getting listed for. Let's rock and roll. And we're back in the room. It's actually Thursday now. This week has just been mental busy. Very, very profitable as well, actually. The sales have been great this week. I think early indications of a very prosperous end to the year. Okay, like I say, we're going to do a roundup of what I picked up on Sunday from the Giant Car Boot. So here are the scores on the doors. First up, a genuine British Army issue sleeping bag in its compression sack. I've picked up these before. I know there's good margin in these if you can get them for the right kind of money. Paid £3 for this, and I'm very, very confident about this one because I've sold exactly the same thing just recently for £35. Next up, an electronic cutter. This is a Surcut personal cutting machine for crafting and whatnot. Because it's Thursday now, I've actually managed to test and list most of this stuff anyway. This electronic cutter, for some strange reason, wasn't powering on. That doesn't concern me greatly though, because of the parts that were with it and because it was in absolutely mint condition. I'm going to sell it as spares or repairs. I've already had quite a bit of interest in it. I've listed it for $34.99 plus a tenner postage because it's quite a weighty item. So anyway, absolute worst case scenario, I'm almost guaranteed to get my money back on that because the parts on their own, if the machine doesn't sell as it is complete, I can just sell the parts and get my money back that way. So not too concerned about that. When you're buying electrical equipment from car boots, is the risk you take. Sometimes people are going to try and pull a wall and knock stuff out that is knackered basically. Fortunately, it's quite few and far between that happens, but it does happen. Next up, an old favourite of mine, the BT cordless phones. This is the BT Edge. Paid £2 for this, and it's going to get enlisted for £18. Now, definitely an old favourite of mine, Doc Martens. These are a good adult size 8 or 9. These are a little bit strange in that the body and the leg of the boot and even the sole, aside from a bit of wear to the heel, it is in really good nick, but the toes leave a bit to be desired, to be fair. But no matter, Doc Martens in pretty much any condition or sell. I paid £7 for these. If you notice on the toes, there's a few nicks, scuffs, and even a little hole on the inside of the left boot. But like I say, not too bothered about that because on the whole are in great condition. Now, I've listed these for £60. If it's not generating enough interest though, I'll be quite happy to take offers on that. A very good solid return on £7 though, whatever happens. These two sets of scales I picked up from the same seller. The seller took £8 for both, so obviously £4 each. The brand is Labrasco, one or the other. One's in slightly better condition than the other, but it's all in the polishing. I'll probably list them as they are, to be honest, because I'm not a fan of putting a lot of elbow grease into things if it isn't entirely necessary. So the £4 each on those is going to be listed for £25 each. They get listed separately, obviously. I've sold a lot of sets of balance scales like these for around about that mark, a lot of which didn't have any weights with them, so the weights are an extra selling point. Old bread and butter item from me, Bugs in the Kitchen, the board game. I've sold countless copies of this board game. It's always a solid seller, but the bonus with this is in mint condition, and I only paid £1.50 for it. So £1.50 into £15. Another board game that's a solid seller, Articulate. Again, great condition, complete. Obviously always worth checking because there are a couple of fiddly bits on this that need to look. It's quite an easy game to check though, really. So if you see Articulate, have a look at it straight away. I think aside from the cards and the board, there's maybe 5 or 6 small pieces. So dead easy to check. I paid £2 for this, and this is a comfortable £15 listing. Now this board game, I'd say it was a bolo actually, because in most cases they're just being given away because people don't realise the value of them. I paid £2 for this. It's Therapy. I sold quite a few copies of this game, and that's again a comfortable £20 listing. Now, a lot of people will be familiar with this card game. This is Uno Extreme, but obviously this one has got an electronic card dealer with it. I don't know what it's bloody called. That's exact. I'm just describing what I'm seeing. It dishes out the cards when you press a button. So it's an upgrade to the standard Uno game. Lovely condition. I did actually try and put a bid in for this, but the lady wasn't for shifting at £4. But it's fair enough because this is a £25 listing all day. It is in absolutely immaculate condition, apart from a bit of wear to the box. Nothing to be concerned about though. Now this is the time of year that you want to be looking at items like this. This is a kids Meccano. For the rest of the year, I wouldn't really touch it if I'm honest, because it's quite a bulky thing to post, and generally the margins aren't that great on them. But on the run up to Christmas, stuff like this, it's going to sell hand over fist. So I've actually picked up 2 separate bundles of this. The first one in the round tub, I paid £2 for it, and this is a £20 listing. Next, the green tub of the kids Meccano. More commonly found, there's a few different versions of this. I think there's an orange and a blue box of the same style. Again, I paid £2 for it. Slightly less value in this, probably £15 to £18 on this one. Both of these are medium parcel size though. They shouldn't go over the 2 kilo mark. It's highly unlikely, but they're certainly medium parcels, so a little bit more expensive to post. Next up, it's not often I'll buy jeans because it's a very fickle market and a very swamp market as well. But Levi's are always a safe bet. These are a good adult size as well. I think they're a 36-inch waist if memory serves. Paid £2 for them and they look immaculate. So these are going to be getting listed for £15. Like I say, not massive margin, but certainly bread and butter stuff, and dead easy to pack and post as well. More footy boots. These 2 pairs I picked up for £9 for both pairs. Nike and Adidas respectively. Both very popular models as well. Not the most high-end models, but certainly bread and butter kind of figures. So obviously £4.50 a piece, and these are going to be getting listed for £20 each pair. Now the last 2 items are definitely a good result. Definitely without question a good result. One of which is sold already, which I'll come on to lastly because that was a really good score. Next up is the Dyson Animal V6. Fortunately, there was quite a bit of charge left in the battery on site, so I managed to check it out. I've tested it since I've been home as well, and it all works perfectly well. Paid £25 for this. It's got all its accessories, well, not all its accessories. It's got accessories with it, and it's charging dock and all that kind of stuff. It's had a bit of a clean up. So that £25 cost price, the actual listing is for £115. There's been loads of interest on it already. I've sent a few offers out, no bites as yet, but because of the response I'm getting on the listing, I'm confident that's going to go in no time at all. So I'm unlikely to take any major cuts on that. So 25 into 115, nothing to be sniffed at. Lastly, and the most, by far and away, the creepiest pickup I've ever had at any car boot I've ever been to. This is a child's Reselling doll. The brand is Lærdal, which is a Norwegian brand, I believe. I checked comps on site and there wasn't a vast amount of comps for it. Aside from sort of like parts for it, you can buy new faces for it. This is how creepy it gets. You can imagine this is a full size, probably the size of your average 5-year-old boy. Stick that in my trolley and carting it around the site. You can just imagine the looks I was getting. And once I got it home and I just sat it up against the wall and left it there for a couple of hours, walking out and back into the room, I swear the thing was bloody looking at me. Now, to be fair, it's not often you'll find something like this. This is in really, really good condition as well. I have actually, since I've taken this picture, given it a good clean up, and there's no damage at all. It was quite grubby. It's obviously been in storage for a bit, and the tracksuit could do with a clean, but no damage on it. I paid £20 for this, and this is where it gets interesting. So a little drum roll. Within an hour and a half of listing it, it's sold for £220. So a very, very, very healthy result on that. And it's going to Latvia, I believe. It's going abroad anyway, certainly within Europe. And that's already on its way. Now, when something sells that quickly, I always ask myself the question, did I underprice it? It's perfectly natural, but don't sweat it. With a profit like that, there's just no grumbling about it at all. £20 into £220. It's not often that happens. If I could do one of those a week, I'd be a very happy man. So just from that 1 day's car booting, the final scores on the doors: total spend £101.50, and a gross figure listing value, this is before fees, postage, blah blah blah, so total gross listing value £701. Now, it'd be fair to say we're coming to the end of the car boot season now, but I'm certainly not going to be taking my foot off the gas. If you'd seen the video I'd done previously about Q4 prep, this is the time of year you really have to be nailing it as far as sourcing is concerned. So again, out all weekend this weekend, be a Saturday and Sunday car boot again. Obviously looking for different avenues for sourcing as well. I've been hot on the trail today of retail arbitrage, because the supermarkets are just starting to see the early signs of the Christmas deals on toys. So obviously I'm going to urge you guys to get out there, as well as hitting the usual sources, getting into the supermarkets and checking out clearance and deals as well. One point I would say, if you're getting into the supermarkets to do any retail arbitrage, what I mean by that is taking their clearance stock or office stock and selling them online to make your profit, is just bear in mind that everybody has opportunity. That's the very same opportunity. Don't overstretch yourselves, don't overcommit. Generally you'll find that with retail arbitrage, it really is a numbers game. The margins are nowhere near as good as sourcing from car boots charity shops and selling second-hand on eBay. So just be careful and don't overstretch, because everybody has the same opportunity as far as supermarkets are concerned, particularly because the offers are more often than not national. So if you're buying it, so are all the other resellers in the country. Bear that in mind anyway. So that's it for this video. Thanks very much indeed for watching again, guys. Standard script as a wrap up. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and helps the reach and the spreading the love. If you're not already subscribed, please consider clicking the subscribe button below, and the notification bell will give you a notification next time I post a video up. Now, we're actually over 1,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much indeed, guys, for pushing us over that milestone. I did say when we got to it, we'll be doing a bit of a giveaway. So again, keep subscribed and click the notification bell, because very, very soon I'll be doing another giveaway. I'll say bye for now. I've been Dave Keefe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.